Welcome to Evil, the World Tour. I'm your host, Eve, your guide to the dark corners of humanity. Today, we journey to Watanabe, Australia, which means I'm going to be pronouncing everything wrong. Watanabe is a quiet suburb in New South Wales, but don't let the calm facade fool you. Beneath the surface lurks a tale of unimaginable cruelty. Our story revolves around three key players, the first being Tanilla Deaves. She was an innocent 2-year-old girl whose life ended in horror. Tanilla Deaves, who was the mother whose moral compass seemed to point directly to hell. And last but not least, Warren James Ross, a vile, sadistic brute who deserves every ounce of revulsion we can muster. Now let me ask you, how does someone look at a 2-year-old child and feel hatred? How does someone see a beautiful 2-year-old or even an ugly 2-year-old and think punishment? How does anyone beat and torment a defenseless child, let alone kill her? Unfortunately for Tanilla, her mother's boyfriend, Warren Ross, was an evil monster who turned her life into a waking nightmare. And Donna, she wasn't a bystander. She was a co-conspirator in negligence. On August 25th, 2011, Tanilla was murdered. Why? Because she wasn't potty trained. Or maybe, as her mother later claimed, because she was biracial. Either way, it's a damning indictment of the twisted minds that surround her. Ross moved in with Donna and Tanilla and within 2 weeks decided he would potty train the little girl. No experience, no patience, no soul, no problem. Donna thought it was a fantastic idea. When Ross's frustration boiled over, so did his rage. It started with yelling, using vile words no child should hear. Then came physical punishments, making Tanilla run laps and whipping her with cords and belts. Did Donna step in? Nope. She watched it all, witnessed every scream, every bruise, every tear. She even removed a contraceptive device to try to have Ross's child. What a great idea, because she was already heading for Mother of the Year, right? By August, Ross's violence escalated. One fateful day, Tanilla failed to put a chicken back in its coop. This trivial offense set off a storm of abuse. Donna later testified, "I remember the noise, the whipping noise, all across her back." But did she intervene? Hell no. Ross took Tanilla to the bathroom. Donna heard a thud, like a bang. When she finally investigated, she saw Ross holding the little girl under a freezing shower, taunting her. Then came the unthinkable. He bashed her head against the shower's glass and cupboard, leaving her barely conscious. Still, Donna didn't call for help. Over the next 2 days, she was left in her pram, which is a stroller, gravely injured and struggling to survive. When she finally succumbed to her injuries, Donna then called emergency services with a pathetic lie. Her daughter had fallen off a bed. But, what was it, like a 15-story tall bed? Anyway, the truth was impossible to hide. Tanilla's body bore the unmistakable evidence of prolonged abuse, her back and legs covered in bruises and welts. Both Donna and Ross were arrested. Donna was convicted of manslaughter in 2013, sentenced to 12 years, later reduced to 9 for testifying against Ross, 9 years for 2 days of neglect for standing by as her daughter endured hell. She got a bargain, if you ask me. Ross was convicted of murder in December of 2013. During his trial, he raged like the evil monster he was, yelling at witnesses and threatening reporters. In the end, he cried when the guilty verdict was read. Boo-hoo! He received 40 years with a minimum of 30 before parole. Donna's testimony painted Ross as the sole abuser, but do we really buy that? How could she watch her daughter's torment and not lift a finger? How could she live in that house and not share the blame? Tanilla wasn't just beaten to death. She was unloved to death. Her mother chose a sadistic partner over protecting her own child. In the end, it wasn't just Ross who failed Tanilla. Donna's cowardice was a death sentence for her little girl. And Donna never stated that she was in fear of Ross. Oh, by the way, Donna was released from prison on October 17th, 2020, after serving her 9-year non-parole period for the manslaughter of her daughter, Tanilla. Her release, of course, was met with public outcry, as many believed her sentence was too lenient given the circumstances of her daughter's death. Since her release, no further details about her life have been reported in the media.